Hello. So here's the deal. Today I'm gonna answer some questions. I posted this anonymous question thing on my Snapchat. A lot of you asked me questions, and this was a while ago, but I'm just not getting to do this. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna do my makeup while I'm doing that. So I got three messages asking me how I am. All said differently. One of them said, "How are you?" The other one said, "How are you really?" One of them said, "How are you so strong?" Which to me is the same thing. Obviously, I still go through struggle. I'm in pain. I still go through a lot of trauma, I guess is the word, when it comes to reliving the day that I lost my brother and just different things like that. And so there are a lot of parts of me that feel weak, even though everyone else sees me being strong. I don't see myself as the one who is strong. I see myself leaning on God and crying and praying to Him rather than choosing pain and sadness to live my life for me. And is it hard? Yes. For a while, I chose to be strong for my family and be strong for my mom. And so that kind of set me back a little bit because I was pushing my emotions aside. But once I actually faced my problems, I didn't face them in a way of letting them overcome me. I give that completely to God. That has nothing to do with me and my human body. That's all to God and the Spirit. He gave me the strength. He gave me comfort. He gave me so much reassurance that I needed and that everyone needs when they lose someone to suicide. You have a lot of questions. You have a lot of doubts about yourself. And so, long story short, if you think I'm strong, then I give glory to God. And I know that there are a lot of people who aren't going to understand that. I understand. I am not some perfect human, and there are nights where I get really, really angry, and I still am so upset about it. It's not well, it's been this amount of time, she's healed. It doesn't work like that. We're approaching 7 months. And that's just an insane number. 7 months without having a little brother or a brother in general. The thing about that is that there's no number that makes it okay. There's no amount of time that takes away the pain. There's just not. But I just have to continue to trust God because there's no other way for me. I choose happiness. I choose God. I choose love. I choose the amazing people around me. I've been blessed a lot within the last 7 months since I lost Noah, and I give all glory to God. So anyways, I literally have no makeup on right now. I like talking about it, and a lot of people avoid talking about him around me. They just don't know what to say because they just don't want to make me upset, which I completely understand. However, by not talking about him, people start to forget, and I don't mean forget what happened because it was really traumatic, so a lot of people are going to remember the traumatic parts, but I mean forget about who he really was. So by avoiding it because you don't want to make people sad, you're actually beginning to forget and ignore the most beautiful parts about him that we can continue to live on. That's why I like to talk about him, and I wish more people would not be so afraid to talk about him with me. Okay, next question is, are you dating anyone? Dun, 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 dun. Here's the thing that's so funny about questions like that is if I was dating someone and wanted everybody to know about it, I think that you wouldn't even have to ask that question, But, nice try. What is the key to living day by day and finding the good in little things? So, this is a tricky question because it depends on your circumstance. I know that with my brother, there were days where he probably couldn't even find one thing that was a good little thing in life. The best way that I try to find good things is that when I wake up, I think about all that my day is going to be. I try to find something that I'm going to look forward to doing that day. You're sad and you're just going through it. As soon as you wake up, it's easy to just go ahead and think about all the bad things that you have to do that day or all the things that you're dreading to do that day. And it's so hard to be positive sometimes. So it just starts up with one little thing. In the morning when you wake up, just try to think about one thing that you're looking forward to, even if that's lunch or if that's breakfast and you're already starting off and that's the one thing that you look forward to all day. You know that you had a good breakfast. And some days you might have 100 things. Some days you might barely even have one thing. But make sure that you find that one thing. Just try. It's hard. It's really hard. There were days where it was hard for me to even think about living when my brother wasn't. I just tried. And I had really good people around me to constantly push me. And so if you need me, I'm here. I can always try and be a positive light for you. And I really will try. Because it's just all about doing your best. I believe in you because I didn't always believe in myself, and yet here I am, and I feel like I've really come really far in the past 7 months. So I believe in you, and I know you can do anything, and if it doesn't feel like it, then reach out to me, and I can try and be a positive light for you. I feel like I'm really going on a tangent this year. I mean, this video. Okay, one person you're glad that you met this year. Well, actually, I guess we're talking about 2021, but I haven't really met anyone new this year. However, when I started my job in like September. I met a lot of new people. Before that, I really hadn't met anyone new, but I met a woman named Tracy, who at the time I really needed to meet, and she had lost someone to suicide too. So it was like we're meant to like meet and to talk and to sort out our minds and just be there for each other. And so I'm really grateful I met her. I also got really close to Haley, if you know Haley Coates. I actually already knew her, so I didn't meet her this year, but we never really had talked that much in high school or whatever else. And so we started working together, and honestly, ever since like Christmas until now, we got super close. I found a friend in her that I really needed way more than I even thought, or I ever thought that I would find it in her. And so I'm so thankful for her, and I love her so much, and she's done way more for me than she even knows, because she probably doesn't even realize it. But there's so many people, pretty much everybody at my work. So I'm so fake, and I forgot to mention Liz. Liz is my best friend's roommate. I met her this year. Just who she is in general has really impacted me in a way I never really thought it would. I got to watch her be baptized, and I've also just watched her and Lily have a friendship that I really admire. You can tell that Christ is the center of their friendship, and it's really amazing. And I'm super glad I met Liz, so I'm sorry for being fake and not putting that in. I'm just super blessed for the people who have come into my life ever since I lost Noah. This whole video was probably deep, and I didn't mean it to be that way, but all the questions that I got were like about what I'm going through, obviously, because everyone wants to know. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you guys the best rest of this year. It can get really hard, and so if you ever need somebody, comment on this video or reach out to me personally if you know me. I'm gonna stop blabbing on, and I will see you next time I upload.